This episode of Gumball was abandoned and erased from the show for the strangest reasons. But what if we told you there was one storyline so ambitious, it got abandoned, erased from the show, and quietly changed Elmore forever? Today, we're uncovering the mystery behind Gumball's forgotten plotline that was never meant to see the light of day. What really happened to this storyline? Why did Cartoon Network pull it? And what clues still remain hidden in plain sight across later episodes? In order to grasp why the episode was abandoned, we have to understand what Gumball was meant to be. Behind its silly humor and fast-paced editing, Gumball was one of the most meta cartoons ever created. It blurred the lines between animation styles, between 2D and 3D, even between fiction and reality. Characters were self-aware. Backgrounds glitched. Entire plots hinged on breaking the rules of their own universe. This isn't just creativity, it's controlled chaos. But around season 4, something shifted. The tone got darker, the jokes got sharper, and the world of Elmore began showing cracks, literal cracks, in the structure of its reality. Fans call it the Elmore reset theory, and it all starts with an episode you probably remember, The Void. In The Void, Gumball and Darwin accidentally stumble into a hidden dimension where all of Elmore's mistakes are erased. Characters, events, even objects that don't belong are deleted from existence. It's one of the darkest, most existential moments in a kid's show. But what most people miss is that The Void wasn't meant to be just one episode. It was intended to be the foundation of an entire storyline, a multi-episode arc exploring what happens when Elmore begins collapsing under the weight of its forgotten mistakes. Imagine an entire season where reality breaks down piece by piece, characters vanishing, memories rewriting, episodes looping or contradicting each other. And yet, that storyline never came. Instead, after The Void aired, the show left breadcrumbs. Tiny, continuity errors, background clues, strange behaviors. The creators never acknowledged them outright, but fans noticed immediately. Characters vanished between scenes. Street signs changed. Even the Watterson house shifted. Doors moved. Windows changed shape. Color palettes warped. Fans called this phenomenon Elmore glitch syndrome. One of the most chilling examples appears in the episode The Nobody. Gumball and Darwin meet a mysterious character, literally a blank white silhouette, who claims to be probably a forgotten mistake, the world erased. He tells them he slipped through reality and his entire existence is a glitch. This wasn't a throwaway idea. It was a direct continuation of the Void storyline, but it was never mentioned again. This is where the abandoned plotline becomes crystal clear. The writers were building towards something deeper, a story about forgotten characters, erased memories, and the fragility of a fictional universe held together by jokes. Years later, leaked concept notes hinted at a working title, The Reset. The idea? Gumball becomes aware that something is wrong with his world. Backgrounds change, characters repeat days, time loops, entire episodes get overwritten before his eyes. If this sounds familiar, it's because the comics explored this exact idea in the Amazing World of Gumball graphic novels by Boom Studios. Several stories dive into continuity chaos. In one issue, Elmore repeatedly resets every morning and only Gumball notices. In another, multiple versions of Gumball from alternate universes collide in a single timeline. Several issues hint that Elmore is a manufactured world held together by rules no one understands. It's the abandoned reset storyline, but fully realized in comic form. So why didn't the show do the same? Some fans speculate Cartoon Network stepped in, wanting Gumball to stay comedic and episodic rather than serialized and existential. Others believe the creators realized the idea was too heavy for younger audiences. After all, telling kids, your world is collapsing and none of your memories are stable, might be a bit much. Either way, the storyline was shelved. But it still changed everything. Starting in season 5, Elmore felt different. Episodes became more fragmented. The humor more self-aware. Entire plots centered around glitches, rewrites, and meta-commentary. Look at the copycats. The Wattersons discover an alternate family that copies everything they do. Movements, speech patterns, even emotions. It feels like the universe is trying to replace them, as if the original timeline is being overwritten. Then there's the puppets, where the show literally shifts animation styles mid-scene. Characters warp into puppet forms, stop-motion forms, and back again. It plays like the world is struggling to hold itself together. None of this was random. These were echoes, remnants, of the abandoned reset storyline. Even if the arc never aired, the idea that Elmore was unstable remained baked into the show's DNA. Take The Signal, the episode where the characters experience broadcast glitches, looping scenes, and temporal errors. It's basically a horror short disguised as a comedy. Or The Origins, which reveals Darwin's backstory and subtly hints that transformations and evolutions are normal in Elmore, because the world itself is in flux. Or The Inquisition, the near-final episode that shows Elmore being forcibly standardized and rewritten. All of these episodes share the same core theme. Elmore is not a stable reality. It's a constructed one, and it's falling apart. Here's where things get even deeper. The comics, once again, go places the show couldn't. In one issue, Nicole literally fights a cosmic entity made of broken memories. In another, Gumball meets versions of himself who warn him about timelines collapsing. Several panels outright depict Elmore glitching like corrupted software. These stories strengthen the theory that the abandoned reset arc didn't die. It migrated. It survived through Easter eggs, one-off jokes, and background details. And now, with The Amazing World of Gumball, the movie, fans believe the plotline may finally return. The trailer features visual glitches, distortion, and a transition identical to the Void sequence. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe the creators are finally ready to tell the story they couldn't tell before. Now here's the wildest part. What if the Void isn't just a fictional place, but a metaphor for how TV shows evolve? Every show has abandoned scripts, lost chapters, forgotten arcs, and those decisions, what gets erased and what survives, shape the final product. The deleted storyline might not have aired, but it still left fingerprints everywhere. The darker tone, the existential humor, the meta jokes, the open-ended finale, they're all descendants of that one abandoned idea. Maybe the reset arc wasn't canceled. Maybe it was hidden. Maybe it became the show's identity. Every glitch, every continuity break, every time Gumball stares directly at the screen, they're all whispers from an arc we were never supposed to see, and that's why Elmore feels so real yet so fragile, because we're watching a world that knows it has been rewritten. In the end, Gumball's lost storyline didn't just disappear, it became the foundation for everything that followed. Maybe that's the real message of The Amazing World of Gumball. Even the things we erase still shape us. Even forgotten stories matter. Sometimes the absence is the story, and maybe that's why fans still talk about Gumball years later. It wasn't just a cartoon, it was a reflection of creation itself. Messy, meta, imperfect, always one rewrite away from vanishing. What do you think really happened to the Void arc? Was it canceled, hidden, reborn? If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let us know in the comments about this mysterious episode.